Hi, my name is Poeartistry. I am excited to welcome you to James Poeartistry Productions. You are tuning into an incredible experience known as Poeartistry Gold, where we delve into the art of commentary, storytelling and poetry. We aim to bring you inspiring and thought-provoking content.
This is a Poeartistry Gold moment by the author James Lynch.
Welcome to Poeartistry Gold number 138. Jesus once said to let your yes be your yes, you see, and also your no, no. I also want you to realize that depending on your talents that you have in life and your goals, you may be the only one that know about them besides your immediate family, your immediate priority family, and of course, God. With that being said, any individual who is actually carrying out their citizenship in an honorable way, remember, we are still creatures made in God's image and of conscience. And so the things that one person may like, another person may not like, but it is not our place to try to bogart or bully them from their different choices that they make in life. When persons do that, then they are actually even crossing the line in other ways that they actually don't have the authority to do it. No matter whether they have more than another person or not. People who are very interested in not only love, but fair, balanced justice and things of that nature, they know that there are some situations, and that happens a lot today, it's actually a ploy, so to speak. It makes me think about persons who go on a used car lot, and here it is, the salesman, this back decades ago, would know that there's a car that they actually want to get off the lot, but there's a lot of stuff that's wrong with it, but they still want to get that car off the lot while they still keep the real souped up one, the real one that they still like to put in for the window shoppers, you see, so to speak. And they only got like one or two of those. So they'll actually gauge who they want to give those cars to in this way or that way. And so they'll constantly try to steer the person towards another car that, they feel maybe that person deserves, or if you know what I mean when I said deserves, or feel like, in other words, they don't deserve the total high price one that they asked for. So they'll try to steer them to another car, shame to say. And so anyway, the point that I'm making is the person that they're talking to, for all they know, that person probably was coming in to buy both cars. So it's like that there's no argument or choice of the matter. If the person already has in their mind, in their process of what they're going to do, then that's what they're going to do. I gave you that illustration because it's the same thing today. And I've seen this time and time again. I've seen it placed upon different people where all of a sudden a person have something within their realm of authority and things of that nature, especially in their business, that is perfectly, within their realm of decision making and things of that nature. And you'll have some persons that'll want something of theirs and would actually try to make it sound like it's a either or decision, and it really isn't. So that's what I wanted to give you as a thought today, especially for persons who dive deep into their spirituality in this way and that way. You don't know what that person really may be thinking about doing in this way or that way. And when it comes especially to stuff like class distinctions, how you treat people, how you do business, how you greet people, and things of that nature. You see, for persons developing their spirituality at different levels, it doesn't change one iota of how much money they have in this way or that way. They're still going to be themselves. They're not going to stop talking to someone or helping someone just because, to satisfy the view of another person that is just not justified. It's just not within their choice. And that's why I always say, when it comes to Jesus, when it comes to Jesus, if he was to listen to all the popular, persons of that day, and you know who they are, I'm not going to even mention that class, so to speak, he wouldn't have been able to get nothing done. And he would have just been under their so-called control, which they really didn't have no authority in the first place to be trying to stop Jesus in the way that they were doing it. So what I'm saying is Jesus was able to accomplish what he was able to accomplish in spite of what they were doing to him. In spite of what they were doing to him. So if they really wanted to show the proper honor and respect, then they just would have continued, to just understand Jesus was a righteous man in what he was doing. People didn't understand it. I mean, Jesus even one time talked about eating flesh and drinking blood. Yes, he did. But and that threw a lot of people for a loop. But Jesus knew why he was saying what he was saying. And that's the whole point. That's how we have to deal with people today, no matter what. That's the way a lot of persons, live their life and comport themselves. So that's what I just want to share with you today. Money shouldn't change, your personality. To ever think that you're better than someone else, that there may be a person suffering injustice, and just because they so-called haven't made it in this world, then that means they can't get justice. That means that they can't get a listening ear. See, that's why the injustice perpetuates itself. It continues on and on and on. Because then sometimes once people feel like they say, oh, they've made it, then all of a sudden that part of being made it means I would turn a deaf ear to injustice from now on. And so that's not the role many persons like to take. And as you know, consultants, I always mention my buymeacoffee.com/James Poeartistry. I told you that is a serious a point of contact. Someone contact me through there, no matter who they are. Seriously, no matter who they are. You can believe. You put a comment in one of those posts or what have you, I'm going to respond to you, no matter who you are. Whether you got millions of dollars in your pocket, or whether you got even barely a halfpenny in your pocket, I will respond. Have a very wonderful day and take care.